What's up, TechRadar? I'm Nick Pino, and today I'm with Patrick and Matt, and we're talking about the big games of E3 2015. We're talking about Halo 5, Uncharted 4, Fallout 4, and many others. So stick with us as we roll through the best games that you need to know about. Matt, what are you most excited about?
I'm definitely excited about Fallout 4. We got like a 3-minute teaser about the game, and it's been, I don't know, like 7 years since Fallout 3, not counting New Vegas. And I kind of want to see what's happening in this post-apocalyptic world. I had the same feeling watching the trailer, 7 years ago or 8 years ago at that point. And I have all these questions, and I hope E3 answers them at Bethesda's press conference.
Isn't that kind of the problem, though? You had the same feeling for the trailer 7 years ago because it's more or less the same trailer. And the graphics are pretty much the same graphics, apart from there's a really, really bad dog animation in it.
Right, but maybe it'll use the new controller for PlayStation 4. I don't know, but there's a lot of questions, more questions than answers.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly going to be one of those amazing worlds. What Bethesda always do, they never really focus on the graphics, but the worlds they create. I mean, the Fallout world alone is wonderful, right? And they're going to create this wonderful world. I mean, we've all been a bit underwhelmed, I think, by the way it looked, but we know that they're going to do something pretty tremendous because they've got such a great track record.
Sure. That sounds good. Patrick, what are you excited about? What game excites you the most?
Aside from the chance of Half-Life 3?
Yeah, it won't happen.
They're going to happen. I've got to admit, probably Star Wars Battlegrounds is the one for me.
Okay.
I mean, the Star Wars universe is something I've grown up with, and it's such a big year for Star Wars, and there's so much tie-in with the movie and things like that, and I just think this one's got such a chance of being wonderful. I know it's been through some controversy. Some of the things that maybe people wanted to see, the space battles, things like that, maybe have fallen away. But I just think if they get the core gameplay perfect, I think that would be pretty cool. What do you think?
Great. No, I agree with you. There's some controversy around it right now. Of course, they took out space battles, or they at least haven't announced space battles. You're not able to control as many vehicles, and there's only one class so far. You actually have to run around and pick up weapons. But as a counterpoint to myself, that's the way Halo 2 was, right? The way the maps were set up, you actually had to go and pick up weapons. So, I don't know. Could work out for them.
How about you? What are you looking forward to, Nick?
Yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's a sequel to one of my favorite games from 2013. It's going to be at Microsoft's press conference Monday morning. So far, we've only seen a teaser trailer, so we don't know much about the plot line of the game. But I'm actually really looking forward to it. It's something I hope to actually demo on the show floor.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
I'm looking forward to a game that is going to be a couple hours later at Sony's press conference. It's Uncharted 4. I mean, that's the game that I've been waiting for, and I'm bummed it's delayed into 2016, and I kind of I'm looking forward to what's happening with Sully and the entire gang of Uncharted. And Sony puts out a good product, every year or every iteration of Uncharted. So I'm looking forward to that.
Do you think you guys will be a bit weirded out by having Tomb Raider next to Uncharted, given they're essentially the same game with sort of slightly differently characters or almost the same, just different genders?
So you're saying all third-person shooters look the same?
Yeah, but Uncharted pays a bit of a debt to Tomb Raider, doesn't it? When it originally came out, and I realise they've split a little along the way, but actually there's some big similarities, isn't there?
Sure. Well,
I think one of the things that differentiates them is multiplayer in Uncharted, and they've done a really good job with that. And at Naughty Dog, and I think they're going to ramp it up, especially in the next this next generation console.
So how about another classic that's likely to be on show, Halo 5? I mean, the Halo universe has been one of the big benchmarks of the Xbox world. What are we thinking of Halo 5? Are we looking forward to it?
Yeah, so far we've seen the multiplayer beta come out, right? Got a lot of response to it, overwhelmingly positive. And yeah, I don't know, it'll work well with that new 1 terabyte system. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that just got announced. It's a kind of a pre-E3 announcement. So hopefully we'll see more hardware announcements. I don't know if they'll have any console refreshes, but we have a great Xbox One versus PS4 article up there, a comparison feature, and I'd really love the two companies to kind of spice things up and maybe see something from Nintendo. How about Nintendo, Nick?
Sure. So some big predictions for Nintendo this year. I'd love to see a bunch of Pokemon amiibos. Man, that would sell like hotcakes. That'd be $1 billion instantly. We're going to see a new Star Fox. It was talked about last year. Nobody saw demos of it, but we know it exists. And then also from Nintendo, Pokemon Z. That's my other big, bold prediction for E3 here. We know we have X and Y, but we never got the third game in that saga. So.
I mean, another big thing to look out for in this E3 is obviously we've had a bit of a spoiler with the Oculus announcements and Oculus Touch and the Oculus Rift Consumer Edition and all of the games that have been announced. What were your favourites from that, and how do you feel that they've progressed in the last sort of 6 months, coming towards their launch in early 2016?
Well, I think the hardware is really neat, and we have to kind of touch the Oculus Touch and see what it's like in that the demo room at E3, and that's going to be the big thing. Is it better than a PlayStation Move controller? I mean, it kind of seems like that with 2 analog sticks, and we'll see how much the camera can track you and how well it can do all the tracking.
One thing is for sure, it's going to be a really exciting E3. Kicks off on Sunday. There's going to be loads of top games, and you can follow all the coverage on TechRadar just right here.